Yesterday was a day of remembrance for Sir Bobby Charlton, who sadly passed this week at the age of 86. Club legend, England legend, the greatest English footballer of all time, the first player to have won the Ballon d'Or, the Champions League, which was then the European Cup, and the World Cup, finishing all three of those for the first ever time as any player had ever done. Yesterday, a wreath was laid by Erik ten Hag, Dan Gore, and Alex Stepney, a former teammate of Sir Bobby's, and also a moment's silence was held for Sir Bobby. I was there yesterday. It was a great occasion. It was typical Manchester United fanfare. The crowd was exemplary. The club laying a wreath down for Sir Bobby on his old seat. We would like to say from mufcMPB that we all share our condolences with the Sir Bobby Charlton family, friends, and the wider Manchester United and England community. It's been a tough loss this week. I'm your host, Ash Meppers. This is mufcMPB News. Now, let's get into it. Now, in the game yesterday, Harry Maguire put in an exemplary performance, really. Got the winning goal after all that he's been through over the last 18 months, 2 years, all the mud that's been thrown his way, even the fan criticism. We're supposed to be supporters that support the players. You get behind you, man. I understand a little bit of criticism, to kind of call players out from time to time, but some of the hatred and the vitriol that's been sent Harry Maguire's way over the last 12, 18 months, you could maybe argue that he shouldn't be at the club. He should probably be playing for West Ham. But irregardless, you look at what Harry's done. You look what he's done on the training ground. You look what he's done on the football field. He's performed. He's give his best. His best might not be good enough for Manchester United, but it's been good enough at the moment. And he's better than almost anyone in the team right now in regards to effort and work rate and just bringing a little bit of control and a little bit of intelligence on the football field, putting the team on his back almost last night. We don't want to have to rely on Harry Maguire to put the team on his back. We want forward attacking players. We want to rely on Rashford. We want to rely on Bruno, Garnacho, Højlund, Amrabat, etc. You want your star players up on the other side of the field. Unfortunately, that's not been the case in recent weeks and recent months. It's looking like we've been needing the midfielders and the defenders to score. If you've seen the stat, we've only had one attacker score a goal this season in the Premier League. One attacker. That was Marcus Rashford against Arsenal in the loss at the Emirates. It's not good enough. So right now we're having to rely on other players in and around on the football field. And Maguire's he's shown his love for Manchester United. As you can see, he's shown that he wants to be a Manchester United player, and he's given it his all. Not everybody has shown that kind of desire, that willpower, that effort, the work rate to play and work in a Manchester United shirt. Harry's done that. There's no questioning his commitment. There's no questioning, his will, his drive. It's fantastic. Now, if only a few of the other Manchester United players had the same kind of effort, the work rate, the commitment, the drive, then we'd be soaring up the table. We'd be top Champions League groups, and we're performing well. We need a little bit more of that spirit from players in and around Harry. Again, he's been fantastic for us. So I was super happy for him to get the goal yesterday. I would have liked to seen Højlund get an hat-trick, obviously, but that wasn't to be the case. Harry had to come up around the 65th minute, I believe it was, around that point. Mammoth of a header, absolutely fantastic, and put the ball away, and much deserved from Harry. I mean, you see on his Instagram, we posted on our X account, Harry Maguire via Instagram, his head's massive. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I was there last night, singing, chanting, the fans were completely behind him and on his side, and that's what you want to see from the Old Trafford faithful. You want to see us back our players, even if maybe I can understand he's not got the quality to be a top tier centre back, to be a Premier League, a Champions League winning centre back, but right now he's the best we've got, and we've got to back the players that we've got in and around the team at the moment until we replace those players. And who knows? I mean, maybe this will be a start of a twilight career for Harry Maguire, where he does come in, and whenever we get these kind of injuries to Lisandro Martinez or Varane or whoever we eventually end up buying. But hopefully for Maguire this continues, and hopefully for Manchester United this continues, putting a fantastic performance yesterday, and I want to see more of it. Now, another man on the road to redemption at Old Trafford, I mean, you could probably say that's a little bit early saying on a road to redemption. He's had a tough start as a Manchester United player. You've seen that with a few goalkeepers over the years, with Peter Schmeichel, David De Gea, struggle to kind of come to terms and get accustomed towards the Premier League and what it means to play under the spotlights at Old Trafford and be a Manchester United player, wear that heavy shirt. Onana, again, not covered himself in roses and stars, however you want to put it, whatever phrase you want to use, but last night could be a turning moment for Onana. You see here on our X account, we listed that he made 4 out of 4 saves, 1 penalty save, and prevented 1.69 according to the XG. Fantastic performance. We concede the penalty in the 95th minute. Now, whether you think it was a penalty or not, Onana still, 95th minute, he has to do his job. He has to step up. He has to make that save. And he does make that save. Fantastic. And you know how you felt seeing that, witnessing that. If you've not, and you wasn't able to watch it live, be it TV or be at the stadium yourself, what an incredible moment for Onana himself. You saw that in his celebrations. You saw that in how much it meant to him at the final whistle. What I saw straight after he made that save was him throwing the players away and looking toward the corner. He hadn't even realised the referee had blown the whistle for full time. He was so focused and concentrated on his job. Now, like I said, hopefully this is going to be a turning point for Onana. He's not been good enough this season. Yesterday in the game against Sheffield, he's starting to show a little bit of prowess, a little bit of faith in his own ability, and maybe this is going to be the start of a blossoming career for Onana, and I hope so, because we spent a lot of money on the man, and at Manchester United, as Gary Neville said, and as other players and other commentators, pundits, etc. have said about the goalkeeping position at Manchester United, is probably the most heavily criticised position in world football. So it's tough, and it's got a big task to ask for Onana. But him coming out and saying stuff like this, saying, I'm just doing my job, we love it at United, don't we? I mean, you hear it from Roy Keane, it's his job. So we want to see that kind of stuff. And also coming out and saying, for all Mancunians, for us, for Sir Bobby Charlton, we are united. And you're starting to see that now over the last couple of games at Manchester United. There's still a lot of improvements that need to be made. The forward line really needs to kind of step up. Rashford, Højlund's not been getting the service from the likes of Bruno. Mason Mount, unfortunately, has not been able to play the last couple of games. Maybe we might see him start on Sunday against Man City, although that would be a little bit difficult to believe him not having many match minutes of late. So it is an area where it needs improvement. And right now, United, we're looking a little bit toothless. You could argue that was the same Manchester United of last season. Rashford had a big season, stepped up, 30 plus goals and assists across all competitions. That is what we need right now, and that is what we're lacking. Who's going to be the man to step up? What does Ten Hag do in that situation? I'd appreciate and like to know your opinions in the comment section. Also, if you've not already, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy our content. Also, follow on the X Twitter account. My match vlog from yesterday is out. Make sure you go check that out on my channel, REDMEPTION. And we'll be bringing you all the latest and freshest Manchester United news as the season progresses. Now, in other news coming from Graham Bailey today, West Ham are said to be monitoring Jadon Sancho. Now, we all know that Jadon Sancho wants out. I mean, he's not apologised to Erik Ten Hag after releasing his statement on Twitter. This seems to be no reconciliation that's going to be happening there at Old Trafford, on the Carrington, wherever. So it looks looking most likely that Jadon Sancho will leave either in January, most likely on a loan, and then look to leave full-time in the summer. Now, we should be looking to work a deal here with West Ham and include Jarrod Bowen. You consider Jarrod Bowen on that right-hand side has been one of the best players in the Premier League over the last 2 or 3 seasons. Just to give you a comparison, someone who probably gets a lot more flowers, a lot more praise than Jarrod Bowen, would you point to Saka at Arsenal? Saka at Arsenal has scored 43 goals in 191 career appearances for Arsenal. When you compare that to Jarrod Bowen's got 46 goals in 168. So the stats are there when it comes to Jarrod Bowen. And you don't even need to look at the stats. Ignore the stats for a moment. Watch the man with your own eyes. He's an incredibly, supremely talented footballer who would be a massive addition at Old Trafford, and someone who I believe is a Manchester United fan, having previously played for Hull. He's got those connections there with Harry Maguire. Maybe a word could be had, so who knows, but one to keep an eye out for. This is mufcMPB. I hope you enjoyed today's news, and all the information that was going on today. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's all for today. Thank you very much. We'll see you again tomorrow.